Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back. Since the last episode, I have finished setting up our copper mine. I still have a few bits of ore that are not covered by mining drills yet, but we'll go take care of that later on. I walled in the whole thing and I set up a perimeter of laser turrets, as you can see. If we look at turret coverage, we can see that it's all quite nicely covered by our laser turrets. Checking our power, we're at about 50% right now. And then the other thing that I did is I put a RoboPort over here. So this is a separate robot network from our main base. Okay, if I click here on logistic networks, we can see from the map the coverage, right? So this is our robot network at the main base, and this is the robot network over here at this mining outpost. So you can see these are not connected. So this one will operate completely independently of this one. It needs to have its own materials and bots and everything else. Okay. So what I did is I put a single RoboPort, and then inside the RoboPort I put 5 construction bots and 25 repair packs. So what these bots will do is they're just going to be sitting there most of the time. But then when an attack comes, and invariably it'll do a little bit of damage to the walls, maybe some damage to the turrets, and then the bots will go and repair those. So we just need to keep an eye out on our supply of bots and repair packs. Sometimes the bots do get killed by the biters, the ones that can spit. But I don't expect to lose too many bots, at least not at this stage of the game. All right, but and since the entire thing is covered within the green zone, remember the green zone is for the construction bots and the orange zone is for the logistics bots. In this case, since I only need construction bots to work, it's okay. As long as everything is within the green zone, then it'll be covered by the repair bots. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, let me know. Okay, research queue is done. Let's keep this going. We can do follower robot count. I'm gonna save that for when we don't have anything else to do. We have these combat robots. You've got defender capsules, you've got slowdown capsules, poison capsules. I honestly never really make much use of those, so I'm not going to delve too much into that side of the research tree. But we are running out of other options since most of these are requiring science packs that we don't have yet. So what I'll do is we'll do projectile damage 5 and 6, or damage and speed 5 rather. I can't do 6 yet. And then I guess we might as well do some of these other ones. I do want to do flammable research because that is going to help us with our flame turrets, which I will be setting up. But we're kind of reaching the limit of what we can do now with the 4 science packs that we're currently producing. So we're going to need to start moving towards additional science packs. Now, I've also done a little bit of work in the mall. So I set up the production of the red logistic components. Okay, so I'm now making red splitters, red belts, and red undergrounds. I'm also making power poles. So these power poles take steel and copper and iron sticks. So I brought down a line of steel and copper here on the right side. We make the iron sticks here, and then those go here and here for the 2 different types of power poles. Down here I'm making lights and logic wire, red and green. I'm making repair packs automatically. I'm making mining drills automatically. Yeah, these three need copper wire, so I set up a separate belt feeding copper wire into these three machines from here. And then down here I'm making laser turrets, which is why I brought down batteries. And then I also want engines because I'd like to start producing some flamethrower turrets as well. So I'm going to set those up here. What else do we need for those? Gears, steel. Oh, and I need pipe. Okay. So let's do this. Okay, so this will be flamethrower turrets. And I'm doing these turrets because I want to start walling in the base. Okay, and the turrets are going to need pipe. So let's put... where's the pipe? Hello, there it is. Well, let's put pipe there, and we'll do underground pipe here. And that way we can start making pipe automatically as well. Okay, so we need to run down our line of gears, even though I don't really need it for the pipes. I just want to have that in place. Okay, so the pipes just need iron. So let's run the iron across this way. I think that's as far as that needs to go. All right, I'll put a passive provider chest with an inserter. I'm going to copy this inserter limit here. The flame turrets, we're going to need fewer flame turrets than laser turrets, so I'll set this limit to 50 on the flame turrets. All right, so those are going to need pipes. There we go. Those are going to need engine units. And gears and steel. Okay, so that one gets the steel. And then gears. Okay, awesome. So these are slow to craft. Same with the laser turrets. That's why I just wanted to get these started to produce, and then we can slowly start to build up our wall. Okay, and then on the pipes, let's craft a few more of these provider chests. Actually, why don't we do that? And that. Okay, so for straight pipes, I'm going to limit that to, I don't know, let's say 200. And then for these pipes, I guess we'll do the same, 200. And those need iron as well. Okay. All right, now let's put in some requests for this stuff. So I'll put in straight pipe, underground pipe, and let's have, whoops, let's have 100 straight pipes, or 100 underground and 100, no, let's do 200 straight pipes. Okay, I've already got a lot more than that, so I'll just feed some of these to those guys. Let's get a light in here. I'm going to request a stack of lights since I am making the lights up there. Let's request a stack of assembly machines, which I am not making yet, so let's add those into the mix. And for those, we need to first make assembly machine 1s and then assembly machine 2s. Okay, and I'm not going to bother putting assembly machine 1s into a chest. I don't want those really for anything. Except to feed the production of assembly machine 2s. These are going to need steel as well. So I think what I can do is let's do that. All right, I'll put an underground. No. Yeah, I'll put an underground that way, and then I'm going to, whoops, press R to reverse it. So I get my steel. And then we'll need to jump that over there. Okay, and that needs gears as well. Yep. Okay. Shoot. All right, let's just do this. Okay, so there's steel, there's that, there's that. Whoops. And then we'll set this to, let's say 100. Okay, I'm not going to start taking red belts yet, but we will need those fairly soon. And the reason I want red belts is because I'd like to start upgrading the smelting to steel furnaces and red belts. All right. And here, I don't quite like the way that I'm splitting off to feed my steel line. But I think the only other way is to make some kind of an ugly, ugly 5-lane balancer, which I'm not too crazy about. So I think I'll just leave it like this. All right, so we got plenty of copper coming in. Way more than we need right now. I do have all 4 copper lines running. We've got all 4 iron lines running. So let's start making some steel furnaces as well. For that, I'm going to need stone brick. All right, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make those in the mall. Instead, I'm going to hit Control-C, and I'm going to count how many stone furnaces I have. Okay, so I can see there I have 503 stone furnaces. 503. Why do I have an odd number? That doesn't seem to make sense, does it? 96. Let's try that again. 503. What the heck? Oh, look at that. That is interesting. Okay, bots, let's cut that. Let's put one there. And let's, well, son of a gun. That's interesting. All right, I think I'm gonna have to go fix that manually. All right, so I'm gonna need 504. Okay. Yeah, I almost lost my turret there, and I did lose a bot. So I might need to put more turrets. Okay, this is kind of a funky placement, so let's do that. And then Roboport. We'll put that right there. Ah, okay, that's why. All right, I'll just put it there. There we go. Okay, so I need 504 steel furnaces to replace all these stone furnaces. Now, if you look at stone furnace, we've got a crafting speed of 1. And steel furnaces have a crafting speed of 2. So steel furnaces are twice as fast. They also consume material twice as quickly. And since these lines are designed to consume a full yellow belt, so if they all of a sudden start to work twice as fast, that means we also need to bring the material in twice as fast, which is why I want to upgrade all of these belts to red, because the red belts are twice as fast as the yellow belts. Yellow belts are 15 items a second. Reds are 30 items a second. So when you upgrade the furnaces, you need to upgrade the belts as well. But first I need to make 504 of those furnaces. And I think I can do that over here without too much trouble, since I have steel and stone brick readily available. Okay. All right, stone furnace. And yeah, let's put them in a passive provider because I don't want anything else going in there. How fast do these get produced? 3 seconds. All right, so we can do a yellow inserter there. All right. Okay, and then we will limit this to 500 and 500 and what? See, we're going to hold some in the chamber here. 4. All right, so I'm going to limit it to 500 in the chest, and there'll be another 4 inside the machine when we're done. Or, I have a better idea. This turns on when it's less than, let's do less than or equal to 0. We'll make another one. Okay, that way we're producing on demand. Okay, so now I am going to show you the upgrade planner, which is this green icon down here, or you can hit Alt-U. Okay, and that creates this yellow blueprint that you can place in your inventory. All right, so you right click on it. And what this allows you to do is to swap items in your in your factory. So in this case, I want to make an upgrade planner that is going to upgrade from stone furnace to steel furnace. Okay, and it fills out the 2 automatically since it knows what those upgrades consist of. Oh boy. They killed a belt. These attacks are coming in more heavily than I'm prepared to defend. I'm going to have to go up there with more turrets. Okay, so let's get our upgrade planner done first. All right, and then we're also going to need to upgrade all the belts, right? So we're going to upgrade from yellow to red. We're going to need to upgrade splitters as well. You have to upgrade everything in your chain because the splitters and the underground belts, they have the same speed limitation as the regular belts. So if we, for example, if we upgraded all the belts to red, we still would be limited by the splitters and the undergrounds. So they all have to be upgraded at the same time in order to get the throughput that we want. Okay, so we'll upgrade all 4 of those items with the upgrade planner. Okay, now I'll press E to exit out of that window, and then I pick up my upgrade planner and I just start selecting everything that I want to upgrade. Okay, so I'm going to start with just the smelting lines. Now, I don't really need to upgrade my line of coal, but it's going to be hard for me not to select it while I select everything else, so I'm just going to let it go like that. And stone brick, I don't recall if stone brick needs to be upgraded or not. I don't think so. So let's just upgrade. Or you know what I can do? I'll upgrade everything except that line of coal, which is running dry, by the way, as we can see there. So I need to get more coal in there. Okay. All right, so I select all that, and then you can see those yellow circles indicate that those are all pending upgrades, and we'll just let the bots go to work. The bots will take care of the rest. All right, so why am I so short on coal over here? My coal buffer is running low for sure. This means I'm probably going to have to bring in coal from outside the base. Okay, most of it is coming up here to our power generation. I don't have very much solid fuel. So maybe we could start generating more solid fuel. The other thing that we could do is we could start making some solar panels. I don't know if you notice that, but look how the power spikes when our turrets start firing. Yeah, I really need to beef up the security up there. All right, how are we doing on light oil? We've got some. I think we need to pick up our production of solid fuel. We have plenty of petroleum. So one thing that we could do is, well, first of all, let's just make more solid fuel from, and I'm going to stop buffering because we're using it faster than we can buffer it anyway. All right, so we can make more solid fuel from the light oil. Okay, I'm out of wooden power poles. There we go. Okay, so that'll help. And then the other thing that we can do is, even though it's not efficient, we can make solid fuel from petroleum when we have excess petroleum. Okay, so let's say solid fuel, right? Because remember, the solid fuel from petroleum uses 20 petroleum gas, and from light oil, it only uses 10 light oil. So light oil is the best thing to use for making solid fuel, but you can use petroleum or heavy oil if you want to. Okay, and I'm going to put a condition on here, and I'll turn this on when petroleum is greater than 24,000. Okay, so when the tank is, when the tank is almost full, we'll use our surplus to make solid fuel. There. Okay, and that'll help us on the power. All the rest of this seems to be working fine. We do need more crude oil, as we've noted previously. Well, maybe not. Right now it looks like the crude oil is backed up. Probably because I have an excess of petroleum. All right, but let's get more solid fuel over there. Okay. All right, I've got some laser turrets. So let's go to the copper mine and beef up our defenses there. Research is running well. We can see that, some of these furnaces have been replaced already. We can see that some of the belts have been replaced already. So they'll work on that slowly over time. I think we can pick this up. I don't think we need to do this anymore. Okay, and I'll just put those like that. All right, I just replaced those with storage chests, so that way they're available on the logistics network. If we want to grab those items later, I will get rid of those and put them in the main storage. Okay, now with that solid fuel going in, I'm expecting that more coal will be available because it takes the solid fuel as a priority over the coal. The coal should start to back up and then hopefully feed our smelting lines again. But we are going to need a train for coal. How are we doing here? That one's almost empty. Okay, so let's go to the copper mine. And we'll add a few more turrets. I have 10 laser turrets with me, so I'll place those around the base wherever it seems to make sense. I've got a lot of bots in my inventory. I think they were in that Roboport when I picked it up earlier. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to place... I'll put another turret down here since they seem to be attacking that corner a lot. I'll put another turret there. Just look where the corpses are. That's where the attacks are coming in. And then we can double up on the turrets in those locations. There's not much coming in from this side. Let's put another one here as well. All right, so that should help. Yeah, there's only 2 bots left here, so let's put a few more bots in. I'll put in 10. And we should provide more repair packs as well. Yeah, let's watch this attack. How far are we from oil? Pretty far. It would be nice to have flame turrets over here. But there's no oil anywhere close to us. Okay. Yeah, one of the bots was destroyed, so that is a problem. Let's put a gun turret here as well. That'll help. The gun turrets, you know, even though we switched to laser because it's very easy, the gun turrets, even into the late part of the game, they can do quite a lot of damage. So you don't necessarily have to give up on gun turrets altogether, as long as you don't mind keeping them fed with ammo. I prefer to set up my defenses to be completely automatic, and that's quite easy to do with laser turrets. And when you have flame turrets as well, it becomes something of a joke. I mean, the flame turrets just do insane amounts of damage. But for that to work, you have to get some oil. So maybe what I could do... Let's see, what do the flame turrets consume? Fluid consumption, 3 per second. So if I had like a couple hundred barrels of oil, I could feed flame turrets for quite a while. So maybe I'll do that. Come back here, train. I'm going to bring that train back so I can get a ride back to the base. Yeah, so I think I'll do that. I'm going to grab some flame turrets. In fact, let's always carry a stack of flame turrets and a stack of laser turrets. Okay. It was already practically full. Now our iron train now is having trouble keeping up. Right, now that we're upgrading the furnaces, we're chewing it up pretty fast. Our iron mine was fairly small to begin with, so we're going to need more iron soon. And like I said, we're going to need to bring in coal from outside, and eventually we'll need to bring in stone too. So when you're planning out a base like this, you're generally going to want to have at least one station for each of those. I mean, if you're going to be using trains, you're generally going to need to have like one train station for each of those 4 resources at a minimum, and maybe even more, depending on how much resource you're using in your base. Okay, yeah, so let's go pick up the turrets. I'm going to get rid of those logistic bots. I don't need to carry those. And there we go. I only need 10 of the construction bots, so we'll set them free. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, I need to craft some barrels. So let me grab a bunch of steel. I'm just going to take it from the line. Steal it from the line, if you will. And I'll make something close to 100 of them. And then I will load up some oil. Now the flame turrets will do more damage with better types of oil. So let me place this down. Right, so if you click on it, you can see it'll take crude oil, heavy oil, or light oil. And I think you get a damage bonus when you use light oil or heavy oil. And I think you get a bigger bonus with light oil. So I've got plenty of light oil right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to barrel up as much light oil as I can with the number of barrels that I've got. So I go to intermediate products, fill light oil barrel, rotate that so it connects to the pipe, and then we'll get a couple of chests, one to feed barrels in and one to take full barrels out. So we throw all our empty barrels in there, and you can see they fill quite quickly. And each barrel holds 200, I believe. No, 50. Each barrel holds 50. All right, so if I've got 100 barrels, that's like 5,000 light oil. And if it's consumed 3 per second, that should last quite a while. Okay, my flow rate's starting to decrease. Almost done. Here, let's turn that off for a minute so there's no competition for the oil. Okay, and then we'll turn those back on. Solid fuel. All right, good. So, quick and easy way to get some oil to a place that doesn't have pipes. Now, on my other bases, I usually just use crude oil because it's the cheapest. And if we're going to, well, I'm going to be walling in the base, right? So we'll see, after I wall in, we'll see if we still need individual defensive networks, or maybe we can just extend our wall all the way around our mines. But my wall that goes all the way around the base is going to have laser turrets and flame turrets. But let's go set up these flame turrets, and that will help a lot with the defenses over there, as you will see. Now the flame turrets they're kind of slow to react. So usually the first, the biters that are at the front of the attack will often get past the flamethrowers, and that's what the laser turrets are going to be there for. But then the middle of the pack and the rear of the pack are going to run through flames. And so what you'll see is that the flame turrets will do most of the killing. And then the laser turrets and the gun turrets are just there to kind of clean up the few that get past it. And the damage of the flame turrets is quite devastating. So let's get this set up. Now, their zone of effect is not quite as good. It's... you get what? That looks like maybe it's a little more than 90 degrees. I don't know how much more, but... So I'll set this up so that it covers the wall. So let's get this whole corner covered. Actually, maybe I can just do... I'll put it right here. And that way, this turret is not going to be getting engulfed in flames. All right, so, and I'll just put these along this entire wall. We'll try to get some overlap if we can. Yeah, so let's put one. Yeah, let's put one there. Let's put one there. And then let's put one there. Okay, and these they don't need electricity. They only need the oil. Okay, so all we have to do at this point is just set up a little pipeline that can feed these guys. And the oil will pass through them, so you can chain them together. missing our chance at a demonstration here. Okay. And then I'll set this here. And this is going to be empty light oil barrel. So this will take full barrels and empty them out. Alright, so one that goes in and then empty barrels coming out. There's the barrels. Okay, so now you can see that the flame turrets are, they've got a little flame at the end. They're powered up. Yeah, so you can see there where it says at the bottom, fluid damage modifier, 110%. So if you use crude oil, you get 100% damage. If you use light oil, it's 110, and I think heavy oil, I think maybe is 105. But let's wait and see if we can get another attack before we finish up here, so you can see how it works. We might have to wait a bit. Come on, fellas. We came for a show. Don't disappoint us. Let's see if I can pull some. There's a few. Hey guys. And I'll just kite them over here. Alright, so there goes the flame turret. It wasn't a big attack, so the laser turrets are doing most of the job there. But anyway, you can see how the flame turrets work. Right, so the flame persists on the ground. Any biter that walks through the flame is going to catch on fire and take damage over time. Now, one drawback is they do, you can see all that smoke, they do create a lot of pollution. So by using these, you're increasing the likelihood of further attacks, unfortunately. But that's just the way it goes. Wow. I used up all the oil already. All right, so I got some more in here, but we'll have to bring some more in. And eventually what I'll do is I'll just, wherever we need to use flame turrets, I'll just make sure that we have oil being piped in by a pump someplace so that we don't have to mess around with the barrels. Barrels are kind of a pain, in my opinion. Some people like using barrels for moving fluids around, but I prefer using pumps and pipes. Because just when you use barrels, you know, you have to have a system to recycle the empty barrels, and to me that's a lot of work. But for getting fluids to an outpost like this, now the other thing that we could do is we could use a train, and we can make a fluid wagon that'll hold 25,000. So that's the other way that you could do it. In fact, I think we're probably going to do that. Once we get this oil here, we'll use a train with fluid wagons to bring the oil in, to bring it back to the main base rather than running a huge pipeline. Okay, so that's flame turrets. Our upgrades are going a little bit slowly since we're kind of short on iron right now. We're actually really short on iron. Jeez. Yeah, we definitely need more iron. Okay, well there's another one right here. So we can set up another iron mine right there. There's one out here, but that's definitely the next candidate for us. So we'll have to get some more iron set up. I think I'll work on that between episodes and get that running. Since you've already seen me set up a couple mines, I don't think we need to continue doing that over and over again. So I'll get that set up so that we get some more iron coming in. And then I want to get to work on making our next science packs, because we're, you know, as I mentioned, we're getting to the point where we've done pretty much all the research we can do. I don't know how many. I guess that's it. Once we get that follower count done, we won't be able to do any more research until we have more science packs. So that will be a priority once I get more iron. Thanks again for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I'll see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.